Monday and I'm tired. It was a very exciting and scary day yesterday. As I said in my previous vlog, it was actually my granddad's 95th birthday. We went to go visit him, had a lovely time with my granddad, and came home and both of us just collapsed. We've been so exhausted from the lack of sleep with little man this last week. It's been so bad, we actually decided to get a baby monitor and attempt to put him in his new room. Now, it is actually still 2 months before the recommended age to put them in their room for the NHS, but we are really struggling to sleep at the moment because as soon as we walk in the room, we don't know if it's the draft, we don't know if it's our scent, we don't know whether or not it's the vague light, but as soon as we walk in the room, he starts waking up, he starts getting restless, he starts thrashing, and my God, does he thrash. Well, Saturday we ordered it, Saturday night we tested it, and then Sunday night we attempted to put little man in his new room with his new baby monitor. I could not sleep last night. I could not sleep. Don't click on the keyboard, no. You come in to join. Oh, fluffy butt. Oh, fluffy butt. One fluffy kitty. Aren't you? Fluffy old lady who is molting like crazy. Fluffy butt, or just fluff. Fluff. Fluff everywhere. You be careful there, don't damage my homework. But as I was saying before I got distracted, I could not sleep at all. My head was just very anxious. It was full of worry. And I was just nervous the whole night because even though I know he sleeps soundly at night, just not being able to hear him, not being able to hear him breathe, not being able to know that he's alive was weirdly anxious or weirdly aggravating for me. It's like I didn't realise I got so used to just hearing him breathe in the cot next to me just to give me reassurance that he was alive and okay. We went to bed just before 12, or I went to bed just before 12. Jason kept the monitor downstairs and I was a nervous wreck. I was constantly up and down, going to the toilet, checking in on his door, having a smell just to see whether or not I could smell poo in his room in case he's gone to the toilet, trying to listen to see if I could hear him breathing because I didn't know what was going on. The baby monitor was downstairs and it was just, I felt like a psycho. I felt absolutely crazy because I just needed to know he was alive. I don't know why. I just had this feral instinct to check that he was alive, and that's the only way I can describe it. It was just this pure, unparalleled, primal desire just to know he was alive, he was breathing, and he wasn't dead. It was weird. I knew he wouldn't be. He has been absolutely fine. He has never had any issues at night, but for some reason, just this urge, this desire in me, I just needed to hear him breathe. I needed to hear him and know he was okay. It was the weirdest sensation. I have never, ever been so anxious or so worried about anything in my life other than, is my child breathing? My God. Then Jason eventually came to bed at 1 o'clock and he said, do you want me to have the baby monitor on my side or your side? And within less than a heartbeat, I said, my side now. I need to know that he's okay. I just need to know that he's not wriggling, he's not thrashing. I just need to know he's alive. So checked the baby monitor and sure enough, he was sound asleep, but then my anxious brain was going, is he sound asleep because he's dead? Is he sound asleep because he's not breathing? Is something wrong? Oh, the thoughts going through my head was just unreal. And he really wasn't moving. He was KO'd in a good way. He was so comfy, so cozy, so at peace, so relaxed. It was so nice in that sense. We finally sort of got to sleep. I woke up at 2 a.m, checked the monitor, and he had moved, which gave me reassurance that he was at least alive. But even though he had moved, he was still dead still. So that still made me a bit anxious and nervous, but the fact that I could see he'd changed position gave me reassurance he was okay. I woke up again at 4 a.m, checked the monitor urgently because my brain just had to know. And sure enough, he'd moved again, but he was still sound asleep, no thrashing, no discomfort, no nothing. He was just so at peace. I was like, right, okay, he's fine. He's alive, he's moved again, but he might not be alive, he might not be breathing. No, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine, he's not moved, he's fine. And then fell back asleep. And then around 5:30 in the morning, I start hearing him through the baby monitor doing his morning cry, his morning scream to say, I'm awake, I'm starving, come feed me, come change me. You have no idea. It was weird. The amount of happiness in my heart just to hear that cry and know he was alive and okay was just unreal. Absolutely insane. The way motherhood changes your brain chemistry and your fears is just ridiculous. I have never been more anxious about anything in my whole life than him spending that first night in the room. However, he did really, really well. He slept all night long. So tonight, hopefully, we're going to go for round 2. He's currently in the bath with his dad getting ready for his sleep routine. So tonight we're going to go for round 2 and hope that he's going to have another really comfy, settled night. All fingers crossed. And if he does, this is a great sign because it means I can actually get sleep at night. It means I can actually get to sleep without having to worry, without listening to him thrash, waking me up every 5 seconds, or him coughing, waking me up. It's just, oh, I am very much looking forward to this. Jason especially, because it means we can go to bed an hour early and actually settle down and get our books out and have a read and have a proper wind down at night without worrying about disturbing him. So lots of positives, lots and lots of positives, and hopefully will help us both mentally and physically going forward. Hopefully. Today I'm actually taking a break from exercise because I did my exercises yesterday, and today we have spent today at home because my god, this last week has been last month. Yes, momentarily! This last month has been so busy, so freaking busy, and I am just exhausted. Like, my social battery is below 0, so today we had a day at home, just chill, spend time as a family, relax, play with little man, and I spent most of the day doing my BSL homework because my god, I badly needed to do it. But as you can hear, I actually now need to go collect little man from his bath, so I am going to leave you guys there and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I do have a BSL class and we do need to nip to the shops, but other than that we've not really got anything on. So I'm hoping to get my exercises done either first thing in the morning when he's napping with his dad, or later on in the afternoon after he goes to bed. All fingers crossed. Hello. It is now Saturday. I'm exhausted. So I think I last spoke to you guys on Monday and we were trialing little man in his own room. The washing machine's finished. We were trialing little man in his own room for the first time, and the first night he did amazing, but I was an absolute wreck. I could not sleep to save my life. Then the second night in his own room, which I think was Tuesday? No, second night in his own room was Monday night, and he did not sleep well that night. He was wriggling, he was fussing, he was thrashing, and while we didn't hear it through the monitor, he did wake up twice. He woke up at 11:30 at night and again at 4 AM. And he was so uncomfy, he was so disturbed, so restless, he could not settle at all. And then we found out why later that day. Because he had such a bad night's sleep, we spent half of Tuesday sleeping ourselves. We didn't get much done Tuesday at all. We spent most of it in bed. And then I had my BSL course later in the evening, which went great. And we did another mock test, or receptive mock test, which I actually did really, really well on. I got quite high marks. I got, I think it was 11 out of 12 or 10 out of 12. No, 11 out of 12 I got. I very nearly got full marks. I was very excited about that. However, Tuesday night, I got home to a very upset, very cry little man and a very frustrated Jason, or very tired Jason, because obviously we hadn't had much sleep and little man was refusing to go down for bed. I breastfed him and that conked him out, and then he had the most sound sleep he has ever had since the day he was born. He was gone for the world and he slept so well. But the reason he slept so well is because for the first 6 hours of Tuesday, between 6 AM and 12 PM even, he had 6 mega poos. And I do mean mega poos. They just came out one after the other. They were huge. They flooded his entire nappy. He leaked 3 times because of it. So now we understood why he was uncomfy on the Tuesday night. He was really badly backed up. He was really badly constipated. And so on Tuesday night, he slept like a log, which we were so grateful for, but we were still recovering from the sleep deprivation the night before. We were also expecting him to wake up at least once like he did the night before, so we stayed up a bit later and he didn't, so we then regretted staying up later because he was up at 6 AM the next day. Wednesday we had a date day. Jason's parents actually took little man for the whole day, or for the majority of the day, so we could have a day as a couple. So because of that, we didn't end up getting any exercise done that night. We just decided to actually spend the day together, playing games, getting so much of the house sorted. We got so much tidying done. I tidied and reorganised my desk area. We did his bedroom, we did some of the back room, the crafting area, we did loads and loads of tidying up while he was gone, and then had about 4 or 5 hours worth of couple gaming time, which we really appreciated, before going for a meal at Jason's mum and dad's. And then bringing little man home, he settled super quickly, super fast. Again, we were sort of anticipating him to wake up, so we stayed up a little later. And again, he didn't wake up late, which was absolutely fantastic. Or he didn't wake up through the night. He was a little more unsettled, but he didn't wake up at all through the night. He had a really good solid sleep. But because we were anticipating him waking up, we didn't get to bed until nearly 1 a.m. in the morning, and then regretted it because he woke up at 6 a.m. the next day. So we didn't get much sleep again for our own doing that time, because we anticipated something that never happened. Then Thursday, we had a fairly busy day. So not long after little man getting up and having a play and stuff at 6 a.m, I was actually falling asleep. I was really badly collapsing. My anemia was just rock bottom. So me and little man went back to bed because he was due a nap anyway. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to co-nap with him. So we went back upstairs to bed, fell asleep together in bed, and we were out cold until 11 o'clock. We were gone to the world. No one was waking us. However, we were meant to be at my friend Simone's house at 11 o'clock to hang out and also go to the baby bank to drop some stuff off that we no longer need and is just creating clutter in the house. So as soon as we woke up, we fed little man, got packed, got ready to go, and met up with my friend Simone at around 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock we eventually got to her house. Fed little man again, gave him a change, all went to the baby bank together, dropped some stuff off, got a huge bag of clothes, which I was very excited for because little man is actually getting close to coming out of his 6 to 9 months clothes. He is very, very close to being full-time in 9 to 12 month clothes, even though he's only 4 months old. So I was desperate to get some tops and some pants for him because 9 to 12 months is the age that no one's bought us yet. No one's gifted us 9 to 12 months old because he's not meant to be that size for another 6 months. So we have very few bodysuits, very few onesies, almost no actual clothing, or vice versa. We've got I think we've got 2 or 3 t-shirts in the 9 to 12 size and then no pants. Or we've got 1 or 2 onesies and maybe 4 or 5 bodysuits. So we were desperate, absolutely desperate for some clothes for him. So we got a huge bag of clothes from the baby bank for £3, which was just fantastic. Could not fault that at all. Then after getting back, we very quickly came home, got tea, and then I actually had to go out to BSL choir because I need the practice ready for my exams. Had a great time at BSL choir, but then didn't get home until close to 10 o'clock. BSL choir goes on quite late at night. Had to express, and then I didn't get to go to bed until about 12:30 at night after expressing. Then Friday night finally rolls around and we had to go into town to get Jason's glasses fixed. Spent an hour in town, got something to eat from this Thai place, and oh my god, it was so lovely. I got the massaman curry. I absolutely love massaman curry because it's so sweet and so nice. However, there was a drizzle of white, I want to say sauce, but it wasn't sauce. It looked like milk, but I couldn't tell if it was coconut milk or milk. There was no milk in the ingredients list, so I have no idea whether or not milk was included. It shouldn't have been because it wasn't on the list. It wasn't listed as an allergen, but it does look like there was a drizzle of milk on top, so I am waiting until tomorrow to find out whether or not there was a drizzle of milk on top, because it does usually take 24 to 48 hours for my body to respond to any allergens I've consumed, because it is in my lower gut, or it is my intestine that tends to flare up, so it does take 12 to 24 hours for it to actually get to that point of my body before my body reacts. I'm hoping it doesn't, because my arthritis has only just started calming down and being less painful, to the point where I've had almost no pain yesterday. I have a bit of pain today, which makes me wonder whether or not it was full milk and it just wasn't listed on the allergen list. I don't know. Regardless, after we got back from town centre, I think it was 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon, both me and Jason were knackered. We just needed to chill and a rest. I severely needed to video edit because I hadn't had any time to video edit through the week. So Jason took little man and I spent most of the evening of Friday video editing to try and get my next video out for you guys so that I don't fall behind. Then by the time I actually realised the time, it was time to get little man to bed, express again, and then time to go to bed, because by this point we're both shattered from the lack of sleep. And it is now Saturday. Little man has had a great night's sleep again. He's had 3 nights sleep in a row now, 3 or 4 nights sleep in a row now. Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, 3 nights sleep in a row where he has slept like a log, and he has been so quiet and so peaceful in his own room. So we've got a good night's sleep. Even though we've not slept long enough, we've had a good solid amount of sleep each night, which has been absolute heaven. It's been a complete game changer, and I am so grateful. The amount of people still telling me that their little ones are not sleeping through up until like 2 years old, 3 years old, 7 years old, and he is already sleeping through the night. I am so grateful, so freaking grateful. And hopefully it means I can start getting myself into a bit better routine of going to bed at like 10, 11 o'clock. Sorry, battery just died and I'd forgotten completely what I was talking about. We are genuinely so lucky that he's going to bed on time and he's actually in a great routine. However, me and Jason still ended up not getting to bed until close to midnight, and so I've not had a lot of sleep again last night. I've only had about 5, maybe 6 hours sleep max, which is not enough when you've been sleep deprived throughout the whole week. Oh, speaking of Jason, he's just messaged me. Can you warm up little man's bottle? He'll be awake soon. Okay, okay. Perfect timing because I need to go to bed. So Jay's gonna look after him. So as I was saying, it is now Saturday. Little man got up at 6:30 this morning, so instead of going back to bed, which I really badly wanted, we breastfed him and I put him back down with Jason for a co-sleep. And I've come downstairs, I've got breakfast, I've expressed, and I am falling asleep still. My anemia has been really bad the last couple of days. That was it. I was saying my arthritis has actually been the best it's been for weeks now. So I'm hoping that means my flare-up is has almost calmed down or almost finished calming down. However, today I am feeling a bit sore and a bit stiff. I've actually got a fair bit of pain in my elbows and my knees and my hips. I don't know whether or not it was the Master Man curry yesterday or whether or not I just haven't quite fully recovered from the flare-up yet. Only time will tell, I suppose. I will find out for certain tomorrow. But for right now, I'm going to go back to bed and have a nap. And then we actually don't have anything on today for the first time in what feels like forever. So when I wake up, I'm either going to go on a run with little man or I'm just going to do my exercises. But I'm going to do something. I need to do something today because I am feeling far too stiff from lack of exercise and all these flare-ups back to back. I can't remember if I mentioned, but I have finally been referred to the inflammatory bowel disease team, which finally been referred to the inflammatory bowel disease team. And I am still waiting to hear back from that referral. Apparently I could be waiting until the end of June. It's due to be checked no later than the end of June. For now, I just really need sleep. I really badly need sleep. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention. Because of the tiredness and not having the energy to actually do my exercises recently, or the sleep deprivation, or just waiting for little man to wake up, and also because of the pain from the arthritis making it harder to do my exercises, I've ended up starting a new crochet project. This is how it is looking so far. It is currently just a little hexagon circle type thing. It is going to be a crochet basket, so it's going to be a little basket where I can store my project wool at the time. I need more wool because I only have this one yarn for it, and it's already less than halfway down, so I need more. But it's actually coming along really, really well. It looks really good so far. Really, really freaking good. And super solid, and I definitely picked out the right type of yarn for it. This is 100% cotton, but it's like really thick, sturdy yarn. And my God, it's not easy to crochet with, but it is easy to count stitches with. And it is really, really solid material, which is great. But you guys don't really care about that. But it's one thing I wanted to add on because it's one of my, this is now my little hobby. I was debating ages ago, I think sometime last year, of creating a YouTube channel and social media for it to see my progress. But then I decided, you know what, this can just be my hobby to myself, and I'll just update you guys now and again if I'm doing it very well with it. So yeah, I'm making myself a little basket, which is so far going really well. But like I said, for the time being, I am going to go nap, and I will hopefully see you guys soon when we can actually either go on a run or get some exercise done. All fingers crossed for me. So it is now Saturday night, and I have just finished editing vlog 11. Little man is in bed, and it is time for me to do my exercises. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to do them. I am so tired and so exhausted. I just want to chill and relax and maybe do a bit of crochet for the rest of the night. I really need to do my exercises because I am really stiff, I am really tight, especially in the back. I'll be honest, I'm not in the mood to do an entire Tom Morrison set, so all we're going to do is we're going to do a very quick warm-up, do a few bits in calisthenics, maybe some push-up practice, some tricep dips, maybe some stomach exercises, and maybe some squats, and then a few bits on the pull-up bar, like some shoulder pull downs, what they called, scapular pulls, some scapular pulls, and then just do some stretches just to help me ease out.
Listen now, some guys. What you do? Stare. You're doing the same thing, kind of.
So I finished my exercises and I have to admit I did feel really good after those, if not very tired. I am shattered now though, and little man has actually just been wriggling. I think the cold draft from the bathroom has actually disturbed him a little bit, but he's just settled back down. He has just settled back down, so hopefully he's going to stay down for the rest of the night. But we'll see. Anyway, I am going to do a little bit of crochet to help me wind down, and then I'm going to head to bed and let's see what tomorrow brings. Jason is actually out for a couple of hours tomorrow with his friends, so I am going to try and see if I can do some exercises while little man is up and about or during one of his naps. I don't yet know which, or whether or not I can just get some microdosing in throughout the day. We'll see. But for now, that is me done for tonight. I'll see you guys in the morning.